Here are Bloodhound and BFNations once again, and today we're bringing you all the content that we're expecting to see in the next expansion, Apocalypse, coming February for premium players. From the maps, to the weapons, to the gadgets and specializations, we're taking everything and condensing it to one video for your viewing pleasure. Please note that the footage is from the current CTE build where the textures for the maps and weapons are not available yet. So let's go ahead and start off with the maps. First up, we have Passchendaele. Set in the chaotic battlefields along the countryside of Belgium, soldiers have to fight through mud and blood, finding whatever cover they can find. When you think of the First World War, you think of maps like this, the landscape completely altered by artillery and the desperate struggle from both sides in the war. This map is mainly infantry focused with regular conquest and a tank or two thrown into the mix to help push the objective. This map is definitely the strongest of the three maps being tested on the CTE. Next, we have Caporetto. Set along the mountains surrounding the Isonzo River, it pits the defending Italian Empire against the assaulting Austro-Hungarians in a downhill battle to control the map. The use of vehicles on this map can make or break a push, so make sure to use teamwork to your advantage on this map, as this map can be challenging to break out of the attacking spawn. There is less cover compared to Passchendaele, but not to the extent that it becomes game-breaking. This map also features a new stationary weapon called the Liven's Projector. Once activated, this will shell the majority of the map in a cloud of gas for a short period of time, so use it when you're about to advance and take certain objectives within the weapon's line of fire. Finally, we have the River Somme, probably the most iconic battle from the First World War, now visualized within Battlefield 1. You'll get to see the expansive wheat fields transformed by the excessive bombardment of artillery. This map again uses Conquest Assault, where the British have to advance and attack all points held by the German team. This map is a little sparse on the cover, so make sure that you take advantage of smoke grenades and trench networks to allow you to move from objective to objective. In terms of gameplay, the Somme is definitely lacking compared to the other two maps. In addition, there are two more maps coming to Apocalypse that are currently not on the CTE. These are London Calling and Razor's Edge. Both of these maps originate from the single player and boast a new game mode called Air Assault. These maps are assumed to be mainly, if not exclusively, focused on aerial combat. Air Assault might be something akin to air superiority as seen in previous games like Battlefield 3 and 4, however no details are available on the player count or anything else. Hopefully, DICE will release more details as we move forward towards the DLC's release. All of these maps are by no means perfect, so any feedback left on the CTE goes a long way to improving these maps. This expansion also brings 6 new weapons as well. For the Assault class, we have the Shosha, Ribeirol's SMG Factory, and Optical variants. This submachine gun takes design from both the Shosha light machine gun and the RSC 1917 semi-automatic rifle. It holds around 9 rounds in total and has a fairly lengthy reload as well. It has a 3-hit kill in close range, but I think this weapon just gives you too much downtime in close quarters. I think many players are going to write this gun off and unlock other weapons within the game. For the medic, we have the Howell, Factory, and Marksman variants. This medic rifle takes the already existing Lee Enfield rifle and converts it to a semi-automatic rifle. This rifle holds 21 rounds in its large magazine and has a 4-hit kill at extreme range. I'd advise to solely use the Marksman variant, since the iron sights on the Factory are probably the worst I've ever seen. The rate of fire is decent, although you don't want to spam this weapon as spread increases tremendously with each shot fired. For support, we have the MG08-18. A variant of this weapon currently exists within Battlefield 1 with the Sentry Elite class. The MG08-18 fires at 600 rounds per minute and is air-cooled compared to the water-cooled, slower-firing MG08-15. This machine gun is similar to the Parabellum, although sacrificing rate of fire for more control at further ranges. For Scout, we have the Ross Mark III Marksman rifle. It offers a straight pull bolt, so you don't need to leave your ADS to chamber the next round. This allows you to fire multiple shots after the other without the sacrifice of losing your target. With this, we also have the Enfield 1917 infantry rifle. This is the American version of the currently Enfield rifle that the British use. This weapon was very common amongst American soldiers, sometimes even more than the Springfield, due to it being much cheaper to produce. Also, a new all-kit revolver is being added as well. The Webley Revolver Mark 6 is pretty much your standard run-of-the-mill revolver within Battlefield 1. With these 7 new standard weapons, this DLC also brings 6 new melee weapons to the game. We have a pry bar and a meat cleaver. These are the heavier of the 3, giving you a lot more damage with a short melee range. With that, we also have a broken bottle. This pretty much acts as a dagger with the same animations as the knives. For the first time in a while, Apocalypse is adding a new gadget as well. The AA rocket gun is confirmed for this DLC, although it was speculated to come with Turning Tides. Also, the camera pigeon is currently in this CTE build for the Apocalypse maps, although it isn't confirmed that this gadget is coming to Apocalypse or at all for Battlefield 1. 2 new bombers are coming to this DLC as well. However, by the wording on the Battlefield website, it seems that these vehicles are only available for Caporetto. Now, onto something interesting, that being the new specializations called Afflictions. Unlike other specializations that benefit you, Afflictions does the opposite. Afflictions hinders your soldier and forces you to adapt and test your skill with these Afflictions. Mortality takes away 500 score for each respawn, so make sure you have a medic by your side. Another affliction, called Paranoia, forces you to play with your gas mask on 24/7. Afflictions is interesting to say the least, and I assume you'll run them to spice up your gameplay and see if you can perform just as well with these afflictions enabled. As with every DLC, obviously we'll have new changes, dog tags, service stars, codex entries, medals, and ribbons to add to your collection. Anyways, that about wraps up all the content that we know for Apocalypse. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our links below to our website and Discord server. Consider subscribing to become part of the fastest growing unofficial Battlefield community. Also subscribe to my channel as well, and as always, it's been Bloodhound and Battlefield Nations, and I'll see you guys on the next one.